Okay, my phone just died mid-flow, which is pretty tragic because I was absolutely cooking, but I'll try to summarize what I talked about. So, the title of this video, I have unlocked dangerous levels of confidence, okay? And I even sent my dad a text. I was like, dangerous levels of confidence has entered the chat. I'll put it on the screen right now. Anyway, so early this week, I was having a driving lesson, and after the driving lesson was happening, I was talking to my driving instructor, and he's a very grounded person. He's a very grounded masculine energy to have around. It's lovely to have a conversation with somebody who's like that. But I wasn't very grounded, and I was caring about his judgment and caring too much. So you tell that he wasn't. And after I got out, I went to the gym. He dropped me off at the gym, which is nice of him. And I was listening to Eminem. My name is Chicka Chicka Slicka Slicka Slim Shady. And it unlocked something in me. And when I went to go and stretch, I thought to myself, imagine if I can actually just do exactly what I want to do in the remainder of this gym session. Because when I was in the car, I was not speaking how I wasn't actually saying what I wanted to. That's the other thing I forgot to mention. So he was asking me what I wanted to do in the future. And I was dimming my light to match the sort of light of people who get 9-to-5 jobs and, live that normal life. So I was like, oh yeah, I want to make some money doing this and doing this. But realistically, I could have said I want to be the #1 podcaster in the world, and that would have been fine too. That would have been an absolutely fine answer. So I realized that I was like not actually saying what I wanted to. So that's what brought it on as well. And yeah, I was stretching out and I was like, imagine if I actually just do what I want to do. Imagine. Because it sounds stupid, but a lot of the time I don't actually do what I want to do. And the idea of that really excited me. It lit that spark in me. I was like, this is going to be fun. So I started working out. I was making a bit more of a grunting sound, just letting go a little bit. That's all right. And I was really going for it, hopefully inspiring other people in the gym. Had my music blasting, and I was like, you know what? If someone tries to speak to me and I'm just gonna say what I want, or if I don't want to speak, I'll just I won't speak. I'll be like, yeah, I've just gotta do my workout. Sorry, mate. And it just felt so freeing to actually do what I wanted to do. It sounds selfish, but it's not. How many people are people pleasing in their life? Are not living for themselves, are living for other people, and it seeps into every area of life if you let it. It's like a snowball falling down a snowy mountain. Like, it becomes a bigger ball the more you do it. And that night, I went into my kitchen, and as I was gonna go into my kitchen, into my house, basically I was having dinner with my mum and her partner. I was saying because in the past I know in that situation my mum can be a bit grumpy. Everyone is sometimes. And I said to myself, I don't want to not do what I don't want to do. So if she's speaking to me, sometimes I'm like, right, I need to listen so intently here. But if I'm actually in the middle of doing something, I don't have to look at her. I can actually do this and listen to her at the same time. So that's what I'm talking about, where it seeps into little parts of your life. So yeah, I was just like, I'm just going to do what I want. And I had the best night. It was so good. And I really took that energy into the rest of the days. And I realized I've struggled with a stammer for most of my life. And one thing that I realized is that the stammer is actually a gift. And it's taken me so long to realize this and to see it this way. But it is identifying moments and times when it comes out where I'm not aligned with actually what I want to do. When I'm stammering, I'm not saying what I want to say. I'm not doing what I want to do. And when I'm able to express like this, articulate, it's because I'm doing what I want to do, regardless of if there's any punishment, if people don't like me, whatever. So it's actually a signal to show me that I'm aligned and I'm centered in me, I'm grounded in me, I'm doing what I want to do. So that was beautiful to realize. And later that week, I had a coaching call with somebody who's my personal coach, which is very cool to say that I have. And I was talking about this, and I had some breakthroughs with her, like talking about it. I was like, this is great. So, and then yesterday rolls around, and started off the day not quite how I wanted to, but when I came outside, sometimes when I haven't spoken to socialized with too many people, I'm like, like unsure of like if I still have my skills, my social skills. Obviously I do. And there was a woman in the street who was gardening out front. She had a little shovel, and I said hey as I walked by, and then I turned around and she noticed this. She looked at me and I was like, because what I wanted to say was, are you digging for treasure? It sounds stupid, but I was like, I just thought it'd be funny, and it kind of was. So I literally, like, I didn't say it with proper chest, but at least I said the words, because I could have just walked on by. But that was a switch in me, because I'm realizing that I can interact with the world. Life is a game. Like, how do you want to play it? You know what I mean? And in that moment, I wanted to play the game of like, oh, there's someone who like I can have a conversation with, who looks cool. So I had a little conversation. I was like, oh, I was just going to go film a video in the park. I had my tripod with me. I had my disc golf bag on my back, and yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go film a video. I play disc golf, which is a sport that I play. And then she was like, oh yeah, I'm a product designer. I do product designing for Greggs, and we had a nice little chat. And a couple of times I made a mistake where I was like, basically she asked me where I lived, and I already said that I live on the street, but I said it again. So I peeped myself, and she asked me to explain the video that I was making, and I explained it, not very articulating it very well. So yeah, there's a couple of things, but I noticed that I was still chill with it, because I was still saying what I wanted to do, and I wasn't taking it so seriously. I was laughing when I was like messing it up, and so it felt so easy on me. It didn't feel so grating and so heavy, which is what it feels like when you're not really acting as your higher self. So I was like, damn, like I can just talk to anyone. Her name was Katie. Shout out Katie. And then I went and filmed my video. This was the next thing that happened. This was the next thing that happened. So I was filming my video. I'm a disc golf coach, so I was filming a disc golf coaching video, and I'm paired up with somebody else who's also a disc golf coach, and so we were doing a video on the elbow position in the disc golf throw. Anyway, you don't have to understand it, but it's just a bit of context. And I was like just playing around, like I put on an old man accent as I was explaining it. So I was like, okay. No, I was talking. I was like, so you must have your elbow in this position. If you have it like this, does not create an optimal throw. So just having fun with it. And I realized, hang on a second, I can actually make content that I have fun making. I don't have to be so serious just because it's disc golf coaching. And that unlocked a spark in me. I was like, hang on, like this can be super fun. I can not care what people are going to think of it, and I can post it with a bit of fun in there, and it's probably going to be more engaging and do better anyway, and get some comments of this was a good video, this was funny. So I had fun making the video, and that was a switch in me. I was like, okay, this is fun, you know, doing what I want to do, which is beautiful. And then I came back home, and yeah, I just kind of fell asleep editing the video, watching it, just laughing to myself, thinking this is going to be good. And then I wake up. It's like 2 a.m. and I fell asleep in my clothes, not brushed my teeth, curtains open, lights on, glaring in my eyes. So I just stand up to go and turn the light off. And then I was like, all right, well, I may as well close the curtains and put my PJs on and go brush my teeth and put my mouth tape on, which helps me to breathe through my nose when I sleep, and put my retainers on. And then when I'd done all that, I started reading a book. And by the way, all of this is great for me, because sometimes when I'm very sleepy, I feel like I can't get out of bed and actually do those things that are good for me, unless I just do it before I get to that sleepy state. So that was a big switch in me, because recently I've been working on that, and I was like, nice, I can actually... So that was a bit of a paradigm shift of like, okay, this is actually the person that I am. If this happens, if I fall asleep in my clothes, then it's fine. It's absolutely fine. I can work around it, and I can get sorted and get back in bed the way I want to. And these small wins really add up. So then I started reading a book called The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. And I remember reading it, and it's a beautiful book. It was talking about the law of attraction. And the way he was talking about it was so beautiful. It was like the law of attraction is some sort of invisible force in the universe that just kind of helps you along. A bit like how when people talk about God and how God is there for them and is guiding them to their purpose and guiding them through life, and we're just all actors for God. Our path is already laid out for us. It felt a little bit like that with the law of attraction. It was like talking about how, okay, if you basically, the belief is the most important thing, and it's like acting like you've already received it, basically. And if you act like you've already received it in your thoughts, in your words, in your actions, then it's like it's already happened, you know. And then the law of attraction starts working to bring all these things into your life that match this frequency, this belief that you have. And it just felt beautiful that there's this invisible force out there helping me out. So that was really nice. And then I read some more and was talking about the importance of sort of planning your day in advance in your head, and saying that whatever you expect to happen is going to likely happen. So if I'm expecting it's going to be a bad day, focusing on the bad stuff, then my reticular activating system is going to pick out all of the things in my day that I focus on that I deem as bad, which is going to create a day view of it being a bad day. And so yeah, it's about basically expecting what you want to happen is going to happen. So talked about the importance of planning your day in your mind and thinking about what you want to happen in your day and expecting that. What you expect, it's what you expect to happen is going to happen. And so I did this. I had a big thinking session after I was reading the book. I went to sleep and I woke up and I was thinking for about an hour and a half, literally an hour and a half. And during this thinking sesh, if that's what you want to call it, I do want to call it that actually. And during this thinking session, I actually started thinking about all my favourite people in my life, all my friends, and all my favourite people. And I was thinking, wow, I've got some good fucking friends in the world. Life is good. I was just thinking about all these people, and I was thinking about them all meeting in one place outside my house, and me coming out to see them and being like, yo guys, and introducing each of them to each of them, and sort of like getting each one to stand up here and saying a little bit about them and welcoming them to everybody else. And it was just using my mind. I really created this amazing frequency of like gratitude of all these people in my life and excitement that I have all these people. They're not in Newcastle, they're not in the city that I live in, but they're scattered around Europe and the world, basically. So, yeah. I mean, obviously, my family are in Newcastle, and they're some of my favourite people. I'm talking people outside of my family. And then I started thinking about who I would have at my wedding, and imagining having my wedding happen, and all of them being at my wedding and stuff. And it was cool, and I was thinking about the people who inspire me, like the people who I follow online, that they are there as well, and it was pretty cool. Really kind of bring in those things that I want to me. And then I started to think on all of the skills and all the value that these people bring to the table. All these amazing skills that these people in my life have, or the people that inspire me online have. And I was thinking, okay, what are I was thinking about each person. I was like, all right, this person has this value, provides this. This person has this value. This person can help people in this way, this way. And I noticed that a lot of my friends, they have these ways of helping people. So having a big group of people all together, we can help each other, and it was pretty cool. And I was thinking about what I bring to the table, how I can help people, what value I have, what skills I have. And I realised the importance of having skills to help other people. And one of the biggest things that I have struggled with when it comes to socializing is knowing what to talk about. And when I was thinking about all of the value and skills that I bring to the table, so I listed them all out in my journal right here. And this is my favourite journal, by the way. Love it. And I was thinking about all that, thinking about all the things I have, and then it put me in that state of abundance, because in the past, when I'm going on a date or just when I'm going to speak to somebody, I'm in this state of lack sometimes. And I'm thinking, oh, what do I have to bring to the table? Like, what value do I bring? And putting them on a pedestal, basically. But when I really reflected on all the value that I bring to the table, it allowed me to be in that abundance mindset and that abundance state. I'm overflowing. If you heard that term, my cup is overflowing. And naming all my skills, and I was like, wow, I have a lot of abundance. I have a lot of skills here. And I was thinking, right, I want to solidify this so that I can properly have conversations about this. And and then I was also thinking about the stories that I've developed over my life, where I've come from, the things I've overcame. And that's a lot of abundance right there as well. So yeah, thinking about all this, and let's have a little look at my journal. Okay, so yeah, and then it led me to this. I was thinking about the sort of skills I want to develop, and I wanted to develop the skill of being able to create games. So if I'm around other people, one of my favorite things is playing a game. Just if I'm on my own, like playing games of any sort, right? So I was thinking, like, okay, when I'm around other people, like when we're having party times or just when I'm around other people, how can I create games for us to have fun? So I wrote down games as one of the skills I want to learn. And then I realized, if I love games so much and I love stories so much, then why don't I just make my life a game? Why don't I just make it a game? Like, my life is a video game. Have that sort of mindset, which I've heard from other people. Successful people are thinking about it as a game, because it is. It's one big, intricate game, extravagant game. And so what I wrote down was, let's make life a game, then tell some amazing stories. Because stories is my other favorite thing. Stories, I love stories. That's why I love movies so much, and songs which tell a story. So I was thinking, right, I'm going to make my life a game, and then I'm going to tell stories about it. And that sounds so exciting and fun to me. Life is a game. That's my favorite thing, games. So then I wrote down here as well, stop playing to not fail. Let's play to win. That led me to write down on my hands, if I can still see it, that fear exists in the vague. What we're scared of is because we don't know, we don't investigate it enough. So let's say you're scared of speaking to somebody who looks interesting in a public place. You really want to speak to them because they look interesting, but you're scared because you don't know what's going to happen, okay? When you go through it in your mind and you think about the actual worst case scenario, the worst case scenario is that they're going to be like, all right, I don't want to speak to you. I don't want to be approached. That's literally it. So fear exists in the vague. So I was thinking about all these lovely ideas that I've learned from other people that inspire me. And then I wrote down on my other hand, which is rubbed off now, play to win. So I've already created this gratitude, this play to win, this I'm playing a game here. I'm doing what I want to do, living it how I want to live it. Because I want other people to play how they want to play too. This is not just me being selfish. Like, I want the people around me that I'm passing by in the streets, I want them to do what they want to do. And yeah, it's just created a great sort of thing. And it's beautiful. And then the other thing that I did, which brought it all around in a beautiful, beautiful sort of circle, was I styled my hair in a different way. And I realized that for basically, I'm not going to say all my life, but for a lot of my adult life, being 23, I've really sort of based my value off the way I look. And I was looking at my ex's Instagram page because it just felt like I just needed to do it. And I was seeing how her page is so suited to everything about her body. So focused on her body, and I could tell that she really created it around caring about the judgment of others. And I was thinking to myself, I'm not just going to settle for something. I want the best. I want the best girl. This is my ex who is attractive, and well, it's not my ex actually. Somebody that I did. This is somebody that I dated who's attractive, and I was like, actually, to be honest, I don't want to settle for these people actually, who are in Newcastle who are just good looking. I want there to be something deeper there. And then I looked up a girl on Instagram who really inspires me called Gloria Stonelake, and I looked at her Instagram, and it wasn't focused on her body. It was focused on helping people, providing value, and all of her content was showing her skills to people, giving back to the world. And like, that's deeper right there. That's deeper. Like, that's the sort of partner that I want to have. Someone who's helping other people, someone who's doing these amazing things with their life. So I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to help people as well. I want to be so attached to my looks. This is interesting that I say this because I styled my hair and I realized that, wow, I was like, oh wow, Joe, you're so handsome, because of the way my hair is looking, kind of slicked back. And I was like, wow, like I've been hiding my forehead. I noticed the importance of your forehead with creating a sort of symmetrical look, which is a big thing in your face looking attractive. And then it put me on this different frequency of like, I was at the gym and I was like, wow, I'm so handsome right now, this is amazing. And having the realization of like, I've been styling my hair wrong. I've been hiding the upper sort of quarter of my face, which has not been helping me look good. So even though I was like, right, like, you know, I don't want people just to be obsessed with their body and the way they look, because that's weakness right there. If your power and your value rests in the way you look. But also in the same breath, I realized that when I was looking at myself, and I was looking more handsome in my eyes, my perception of myself changed. My perception of myself was, okay, I'm a fucking handsome guy. And then, interestingly, what happened next was my willingness to take action in that moment increased. I was like, you know, if there's some beautiful girls around, I'm gonna go speak to them. And as I'm speaking to them, I'm gonna believe in myself. I'm gonna believe that obviously, because I talked about all the skills I have as well, that helped with the abundance and everything else. But this was on top of that. And I was like, you know, I'm gonna believe in myself when I'm speaking to them. I'm not gonna put them on a pedestal. I'm gonna act like I'm the prize and I'm the chooser. I'm like, okay, why do I like this person? And so if I can just see the reflection of myself in a mirror, and all of a sudden my perception of myself changes and I feel like on top of the world, then why can't I just believe in that reality, like believe that I'm the best looking guy ever, or just believe, you know, this is where the law of attraction comes in. You need to be the person that you want to be. And fuck attraction for a second. Like, why are we letting the way we look dictate our worth? You know, you can look whatever you want and you can still have dangerous levels of confidence. You can just be like, yeah, I'm the best guy, I'm the best looking guy, or I'm so happy to be alive. And so if we believe in this reality so deeply that I don't even need to see that I look good or that I think I look good in the mirror, I can just believe, yeah, I'm the best. And what it created for me is taking more action, believing in myself, having a different perception of myself. And that's so powerful. And we can do that whenever we want. Whatever we think about becomes our reality. So after that, I went to Tesco's and I was getting tired, man. I'm so tired. Oh, fuck me. Right. Bang, 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 cauliflower chicken. Let's make this more fun. Because it was quite tiring. Okay. Before this gym, I forgot to mention, before this gym session happened, what happened was I was trying to get on the bus to go to the gym. And it's actually not that far, but the bus just came as I was walking up, so I was like, oh, I'll just get on the bus because it'll be quicker. And the bus driver, he said, can I see your ID, please? I think this has only happened to me once. I've got on the bus hundreds of times, where basically, sometimes if you're getting a certain ticket, you need ID to prove how old you are. Otherwise, you need to get a more expensive ticket. He asked for ID. I didn't have ID on me, so I was like, I just got off the bus. I was like, no, I'm not paying the higher fee because I don't have my ID on me. And so I got off the bus and I realized that because of the way I had my hair, I looked older, which is pretty cool. Anyway, I just walked to the gym, which is a great decision. And I stopped off at Greg's on the way. And there was a woman there who had great energy, and I complimented her on her energy. And then, I went on my way. I said, thank you, I've been challenging myself with the words that I say. So I said, thank you, darling. And a nice term. I said sweetheart last week, as I like saying that stuff, doing what I want to do again. Anyway, I went to the gym and did all that stuff, felt great. And another thing that happened was a song came on. I didn't have my headphones on, it was just on the gym speakers. I was on the bench press, but wasn't doing bench press. I was just using the bench press area. And I laid down on the bench for a second, and I just really was in the moment, and I was just enjoyed the present moment. I was like, this, I don't need any more right now. If I can just enjoy these little moments in my life every day, this is going to create a great life for myself. And just enjoying the music, just enjoying the sort of the fast breaths of me just working hard in the gym, just enjoying it. And if you can do that, then I think you've won at life. And it was a beautiful moment, even thinking about it now. And so I then took some pictures of myself topless in the mirror, which is connected to where all the dumbbells are and all the machines. So there's people in the gym who's probably looking at me thinking, what a knobhead. But I just did it anyway because it's what I wanted to do, and I felt good I was thinking to myself, what would I do if no one was here? I would take photos of myself topless. I would take photos of myself. I took quite a few, and I was feeling good about my hair and all that anyway. But yeah, just this perception of myself, like you can choose that. You don't need to look good. You can choose to have whatever frequency you want. What do you expect out of your life? And I went to Tesco's after that, and I saw one of my favourite guys. He's fucking great vibes. He's an Indian man. He's got a great beard. First time I ever met him, I complimented him on his beard. Next time I saw him, we had a great chat. This time we had a great chat as well. Just good energy, and that was lovely. And there was a woman in the queue who I really smiled at because I felt fucking handsome. And I was like, that's the thing. I was smiling so much. I've been smiling so much today, and my cheeks probably hurt. No, they don't actually hurt, interestingly, but I've been smiling so much. So I'm just walking around with this frequency of like, I'm fucking handsome. I have this abundant energy of gratitude. All these things, and like, I'm great, and smiling so much, thinking that I'm fucking amazing. Trying to come down this frequency of trying to help people as well. Trying to improve people's days. And so I'm smiling at this lady who's like around my age, and she's smiling back, and she walks out, and then there's a woman who's also being served at the till at the same time as me. We have a little bit of banter. I'm smiling at her, and she's liking that as well. I wish them a good day. Great vibes again. And then I'm walking down the street, and there's a woman with a pram, which probably has a husband. But I was just smiling at her, and then she was smiling back, and there was another lady who didn't smile back at me, but it's fine. And I forgot to mention, I bought some flowers in the shop. And so I went back to the Greg's shop, and I went in there with the flower in hand, and I was just like, I just said how it is, I just did it exactly how I wanted to, which is amazing. And I went up to Sylvia, which is the name of the lady who was serving me earlier, and I was like, hey, excuse me, I just wanted to come back and give you a flower, because you got such great energy, and for all of your hard work, because she's working in Greg's. And she was like, thank you so much. And I was like, what's your name? And then she like pointed to a name tag. She was like, oh, my name's Sylvia. I was like, I'm Joe, it's great to meet you. And and I wished her a good day, and I could just see how much I lit her up. She asked me about the gym as well. I was like, yeah, it's great at the gym. I just saw how much I could, and I was like, this is literally a game. I can just do this as many times as I want. Give flowers to girls. I can compliment people. You can play this game how you want. And as I was walking down the street, I was smiling so much to myself. I was making videos as well, and there was like kids just staring at me because they could see I was vibing. And then there was a girl who was attractive. I passed by her, and then I turned back around and I went, "Hey, excuse me, you are the most beautiful girl I've seen all day. Will you take this flower?" Which is a bit submissive of a way to ask, but anyway. And she was like, "Yeah, I'll take it." And then she was smiling, she was happy. Of course she is. And then I was like, "Have a beautiful day." And I was just straight vibes, just thinking, life is literally a game. And the thing is, when I was saying this, I really took my time. In the past, I'd be nervous when I was saying it, but I came with fucking confidence. I came with smiles. I came with charisma. I came with masculine groundedness. I came with abundance. I came with everything. And as I was saying it, I took my time. I was like, "Hey, excuse me, you are the most beautiful girl I've seen all day." Like that. And it was just, I was like, wow, I can play this game how I want. And I don't have to rush. I can do what I want to do. Similarly with the Greg's lady, what did I say? I said, amazing to meet you. Because recently I've been saying nice to meet you, good to meet you, and that's what everyone else says, and it's like, it doesn't sound very good. So I was like, awesome to meet you. And in that moment, when I was going to ask for a name and everything, I was like, okay, I'm going to say awesome to meet you. So I'm able to be also more aware of my thoughts and what I want to do in the moment as I'm doing it. So I'm not worrying so much. And so all these things just collectively is just creating this beautiful confidence, energy, excitement about the future, excitement about the fact that I get to play this game and that my character is customizable and nothing is really bad. You know, the story of the man and the horse, where the horse runs away and all the villagers are like, "Oh, this is so bad," and the old man is like, "Perhaps," and then the horse comes back and then the old man is like, "Oh yeah," everyone says, "Oh wow, that's amazing," and the old man is like, "We'll see," and then the old man's son gets on the horse, breaks his leg, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's terrible," and he's like, "We'll see," you know. And then the army come to town and are recruiting soldiers, and because the son has a broken leg, he doesn't get recruited, and so the war passes by. He stays alive, you know. He doesn't have to go to the army, and everyone's like, "That's so amazing," and he's like, "We'll see." So we don't actually know what is bad and good, and life is just life. This is the journey of the game. This is the game right now. This is the video game, and everything that happens is part of the game. Everything that happens, you can create a beautiful story out of it, and it's up to you how you perceive it. That's why when I'm going up to these people, even if it goes tits up, I'm thinking like, I don't actually know if this is bad. This might be creating my resilience. How can this